This is the world's most secure money vault. It's filled with $30 million. Employees must always wear protective clothing and leave no DNA traces. The entire amount is divided into two parts. One part is safe, if placed normally, and a part is wrapped in grey film. If you count the money carefully, the casino can collect $500,000, because this is all black money. The casino is helping other criminals launder money in a very simple way. Criminal pretends to be a rich person and goes to the casino. Every Thursday, lose $4 million at the special table but doesn't care that on the Friday the junior goes to the casino, wins 20 consecutive games for $3.5 million, like that, easily laundered $3.5 million and $500,000 of which fell into the pocket of the casino owner, who is not the most powerful gangster in the region, owning 10 casino and 30 karaoke bars with asset exceeding $1 billion, and he is a very principled person with enemies, not involving his wife or children, only seeking revenge on enemies. This principle has given Pop a great reputation in the industry. All the gangsters in the world respect him very much and don't dare to touch him. What even more brutal is that Pop has subordinates with super strong fighting power on that land who are very ruthless and do whatever he wants just to be offended. He shot and killed Tip-Top, the underworld emperor of the whole city. But his wealth was very attractive, cause the casino security guard was keeping an eye on the casino vault. He intended to find an opportunity to rob the vault, because all the money in the vault was black money. Even if it was stolen, the vault wouldn't dare report the cop police to the casino waiter. He wanted to cooperate with me to rob the vault together, but Vaughn refused, saying that I will never betray you. Turns out I used to be a special forces soldier. After being discharged from the army, I became Pop Effective Jr. He fought everywhere and did a lot of bad things. But Vaughn dated and had a boyfriend. The underworld took care of him so he could work as a waitress in a casino to earn money to support the family. But he was very unlucky. His daughter had cancer and needed $300,000 for surgery. He went to Top and wanted to borrow $300, thousands of dollars, but Cop refused, telling him that according to casino regulations, you cannot lend money to someone who is unable to pay it back. Hearing that, Cop was very angry and tried to be firm with Pop. But he was dog dead by the bodyguard, beat him to a pulp and bruises. At this point, he completely lost all respect for the post and had to go to Costa to join the robbers and start planning to rob Chokog and two other juniors that night. Cord went to work as usual at the hotel. When it was time to swipe the card, take a place on the stairs and stare at the power distribution box in front of a junior in the car waiting outside the casino, Vaughn and the other junior took a break and snuck into the casino. At this time, the casino had finished working and there was no one to stop him. He gave a signal to everyone to close the switch. Immediately closed the switch. All the electric doors in the vault were disabled. I quickly entered the code for the last lock and entered the vault. They transferred the money in the bag, put it in their backpack, stole $3 million and immediately took the backpack and escaped. But as soon they went out, the dog appeared with his juniors and opened fire wildly at them. The juniors were immediately shot and seriously injured, quickly counterattacked and teamed up with Cop to help the juniors escape. The juniors were waiting outside in the car. They were cowardly. They stepped on the gas and ran away. All three of them seemed to stand still and could only run to the street to look for a car. They came across a bus with 3 people. The robber pointed a gun at the bus drive. The driver immediately braked and let the 3 robbers get into the bus. The robber put a gun to the drive head. The driver could only frantically follow the police. Chris next to him noticed something was wrong. The driver immediately chased after the bus and discovered that the bus had been robbed. The staff immediately called for assistance. The surrounding police quickly supported and surrounded the bus. Obstacles were set up on the road where the bus was about to pass. Looking at the situation and seeing there were pregnant women and children in the bus, as a father he felt sorry for the child and the pregnant woman. Immediately decided to save everyone on the bus, but at this moment he became angry, crazy. Before the police siege, he intended to kill the hostages to threaten the police. Fo quickly stopped Cop and said he had a way to immediately take the lipstick and phone of a female passenger and then write down the phone number. Chris quickly connected the phone to the car window. He told Chris that the barrier had to be removed because there was a pregnant woman in the car. If there was a collision, pregnant woman world be very dangerous. Chris immediately reported it to his superiors, but the superiors refused to see that the bus was about to hit the obstacle. Chris gritted his teeth and stepped on the gas pedal, accelerate like crazy and immediately brake. Move away and remove all obstacles so that the bus can safely pass through the bus. The bus was running on the highway, but they were surrounded by police cars and had no way to escape. Worse still, their seriously injured and dying junior happened to have a veterinarian students on the bus. Vaughn, thanks to his birth, he became a veterinarian to treat his junior. Cop was calling a friend and planning to board a private jet to escape abroad. While he was talking on the phone, a passenger pulled out a knife and controlled the passenger, grabbed the gun and aimed at the corner of Foyne. Quickly advised the passengers not to shoot. If they didn't hit, the consequences would be unpredictable. After pondering for a while, the passengers were immediately scared. Vaughn quickly counterattacked and quietly fought back. Passengers took him back to his original position because they did not see this process at all. At this point, the driver said the bus was about to run out of gas. They had that immediately contact the police to request that a fuel tanker be sent to the police. The police could only agree and sent the person to deliver the fuel, which was Chris. But Chris was very miserable. After removing the obstacle, the director called him to the office and was scolded so much that he was suspended from work. At this time, his superiors sent Marconi, a high-ranking detective, to the police station a few miles ahead. The director immediately ordered Chris to drive the fuel tanker, assign the bus. Chris was also very brave and drove the fuel truck to meet the robbers and personally get off the bus. To pick Chris up, he joked that she was very beautiful. He didn't do that to compliment Chris, but to immediately get close to her, making it difficult for the sniper on the helicopter to target him. Chris was very smart and immediately kept away from him. She didn't say anything. Many stood directly next to the gas tank. The sniper was afraid of shooting the gas tank, so he didn't dare open fire while pouring gas. Chris made a request to see the hostage. Hearing that, he immediately agreed to take her to the bus. The code he just saw the police got on in the car and immediately put a gun to Chris' head. Chris immediately attacked and grabbed Ghost gun, leaving him completely stunned, but his seriously injured junior took out his gun and aimed at everyone. Chris could only give up, promised to let them continue to flee, but was asked to release the 2 hostages and immediately agreed to let Chris take the pregnant woman Polin and the child off the bus. The bus continued on its way. Chris took Vaughn to the police station. After a period of questioning by the police, Berlin left the station with a bag in his hand. When he received news that the casino had been robbed of $3 million, he was very angry and ordered him to get the money back at all costs. He immediately began taking action, found the junior running away in an abandoned hallway. After asking for information from a group of cops, he immediately shot and killed the junior and got their specific information from the police station on the bus. The junior was seriously injured, it getting more serious. The vet student told me that I had to go to the emergency room or I would stop breathing because I completely disagreed and was helpless. I contacted Marconi and asked him bring me first aid kits. The student veterinarian pulled out a needed for emergency medicine and injected it into the junior. Unexpectedly, the junior convoluted and logged out on the spot. It turned out that Marconi was a pop insider who brought poisonous first aid medicine to the target. The goal is to kill the seriously injured junior. Marconi connects the call and throw the phone to Vaughn. The other end of the line is the trunk asking Chiffon to kill Cost and hand over $3 million to Marconi. The resentment between the two end here. He even gave Vaughn $300,000 to help his daughter cure her illness, but Vaughn no longer trusted her. He said he was the boss with the most principles and would definitely not give in. After hanging up the phone, Vaughn told Godzilla Marconi that he was a fook. Cox immediately got angry and beat Marconi, but he didn't kill Marconi, just threw him out of the car because once he kills a policeman he will become a most wanted criminal. After Marconi was thrown out of the car still not standing, Duong immediately mobilized special police to launch an attack. A group of special police riding motorbike quickly approached the bus and shot smoke bombs. The entire bus immediately filled with smoke and the elephant became dizzy. Vaughn hastily shot the windshield, air poured into the car and the smoke quickly disappeared. For special police officers took the opportunity to climb onto the roof of the car to prepare to attack, but Ghost did not give them any change to hold their guns and shoot straight at them. On the roof of the car, a policeman was immediately injured. Another policeman got into the car. I could only fight with them. After a while, I took care of all the policemen and threw them out of the car. The special police officer driving the motorbike saw if something went wrong. They immediately shot through the bus wheels. The bus lost control and crashed into the side of the road. Other police officers immediately surrounded the bus. Marconi Big Head asked them to surrender. Cop seemed to have lost his mind. He put a gun to the driver's head, then asked a young man to broadcast live. He wanted to kill the driver to threaten the police. Marconi still did not give up and continued to let the police approach the bus. Time. Cop had gone immediately crazy. A shot rang out. Marconi was stunned. I could only order the police to retreat. In the bus, the driver was still alive. It turned out that he had gone crazy when he saw the toad, so he shot him head. At this time, all the hostages were grateful to me because he saved everyone. I hope Vaughn can safely leave this place without being caught by the police, but the police completed the siege and have not chance to escape. At this time, the driver has thought of a way to protect Vaughn and asked the police to make repairs. In return, he would release all the hostages except the police driver, who immediately followed the release of the hostages. After fixing the tire, the driver accelerated to an empty police lot. GE quickly got in the car and discovered that there was only the driver left. It turned out that when he released the hostages, he put on a sweater, under the support of other hostages. He pretended to be a hostages and got out of the car. Then he drove, arriving at a private airport, planning to escape by place. He didn't expect that the dog had killed the pilot. He was holding a spray can, making him dizzy. When he woke up, the Post appeared in front of him, asking him why he robbed the casino. Foyne told him. He said that everything he did was to save his daughter. He didn't think so and mocked that now he was about to die and no one could save his daughter because the money was in front of him. But the elephant was very happy and said that his daughter was rescued. She felt something was wrong and immediately opened the bag and discovered that inside were $1 million worth of toys that had disappeared and flew away, telling him that he was willing to trade his life to save his child. Hearing that, the girl was very moved and suddenly shot and killed the dog. It turned out that Poppy was the underworld emperor of the whole city, but his relationship with his daughter was not good. When he was young, because of fight with his wife, Gang suddenly passed away. His daughter still hated him. He wanted to hand over the $500 million casino to his daughter, but his daughter refused and severed the father-daughter relationship with him. This made him very heartbroken and felt like he had betrayed him, failed. So he felt sorry for his daughter. When he heard Vaughn was willing to save her with his life, his heart was very touched. But he had to find someone to vent his anger in, so he shot and killed the dog. Then he immediately let go of this side when Polin got out of the car and took a bag to the hospital and paid for her daughter's surgery. It turned out that Boi was her daughter's biological sister pretending to be a pregnant woman. Getting on the bus was all Vaughn planned. The purpose was to take away $3 million. During the chaos when she paid for the surgery, Chris came to the office. Chris saw through all the plans, but She didn't arrest Polin because Cray recognized it, seeing that Elephant is a good person. He always protected the hostages in the police station. The hostages were very grateful to him. In his testimony, everyone thought that Vaughn was not a robber but a victim. This saved him from the risk of being murdered. Arresting her like that got $3 million and successfully cured her daughter. Since then, he and Chris together took care of their daughter and lived a happy life. The movie ended. This is a movie showing a robber very different. He kidnapped passengers as hostages but still protected the hostages. They wouldn't get hurt, and the whole robbery process was part of his plan. He asked his sister to disguise herself as a pregnant woman and take it away. These 3 million things show that the IQ is very high in the movie. The complex emotions of the characters are shown more than his daughter is sick. He is willing to trade his life to save his rich cropped daughter but had a bad relationship with his daughter. When Vaughn and grandfather's feelings for their daughter collided, they finally found a balance point. Pop killed that junior to vent his anger and spared the lives of his son and Elephant. I can also have a new life. This video end here. Thank you everyone for watching. Goodbye.